Let me tell you something, Skip. You talk about drama in D.C., boy. The Washington Commanders just went from the White House to the Waffle House. Real quick, Jaden Daniels, fresh off one of the greatest rookie seasons we done seen in a long time, has his star receiver, his security blanket, standing on the sideline with his helmet under his arm, saying, "Pay me or trade me." And the Commanders, they sitting there like, "We just got our franchise quarterback. We just went to the NFC Championship. We can't afford no mess right now." But guess what? The NFL. The NFL. The not-for-long league. And Terry McLaurin knows exactly what time it is. So let's break this down piece by piece, because this situation ain't just about one man wanting his money. This is about the state of the Washington Commanders, the growth of Jaden Daniels, the economics of wide receiver contracts, and the message that gets sent to the locker room when your best player feels undervalued. First things first, let's talk about Terry McLaurin, because when you bring up his name, you got to put some respect on it. This ain't no flash-in-the-pan receiver. This ain't no guy who just showed up, had one big season, and now think he Tyreek Hill. Terry McLaurin been ballin' since he stepped foot in Washington. 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, over 400 receptions in his first 5 years. And let me remind you, he ain't had no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Justin Herbert throwing in that football. He had Taylor Heineke. He had Carson Wentz. He had Sam Howell. And still, Terry McLaurin put up numbers like he was playing with a Hall of Famer. That's consistency. That's professionalism. That's why the man got the CC stitched on his chest for captain. But here's the thing. In the NFL, being dependable can be a blessing and a curse. They know Terry gon' show up. They know Terry gon' block in the run game. They know Terry ain't gon' complain in the locker room. But that's exactly why sometimes they think they can slow play you when it come to that contract. And Terry said, "Nah, not this time. You're gonna give me my CD Lamb money, or you're gonna trade me to somebody who will." Now, let's talk about the young fella, Jaden Daniels. Last year, the rookie came in with all the pressure in the world. Heisman winner, top 5 pick. And he delivered. He had the poise. He had the accuracy. He had the legs. And more importantly, he had chemistry with Terry McLaurin. That was his guy. That was his security blanket on 3rd and 7. His big play threat when the pocket broke down. So now imagine you Jaden Daniels, second year in the league, trying to build off an NFC championship run, and the front office let your top weapon walk out the door. That's like handing a man a Lamborghini and then taking off 2 wheels. You can't do that. You can't mess with the development of your franchise quarterback, not after the way he just lit the league on fire. And you know Daniel's watching. You know he's looking at how they treat McLaurin, because one day soon, Daniel's gonna need his deal too. He gonna want to know if this front office gonna take care of him, or if they gonna play games. These situations ain't just about the now. They about what message you send to the whole locker room. Skip, you know what time it is. Wide receivers right now are like beachfront property. They're expensive. They're rare. And if you want one, you better bring that back. Look at the numbers. Justin Jefferson, $35 million per year. A.J. Brown, $32 million per year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, $30 million per year. CD Lamb, he waiting. And when he signs, he gonna reset the market too. Now Terry McLaurin's sitting there making $22 million a year. He looking around like, hold up, I'm just as productive as some of these guys. I done carried this franchise through rebuild after rebuild. Where my flowers at? Where my money at? And he ain't wrong. Because you can't tell me Terry McLaurin not worth at least $30 million per year in this market. He 28 years old, in his prime, proven leader, consistent producer. That's what you pay for. Now, here's where it gets sticky for Washington. On one hand, they know how important Terry McLaurin is. They know if they lose him, that offense take a major step back. You can draft a receiver. You can sign somebody off the street. But chemistry like Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin had, you can't buy that overnight. On the other hand, you just paid Darren Payne. You just paid Jonathan Allen. You got to think about Jaden Daniels' future contract. You can pay everybody. That's the cold business side of the NFL. But let me tell you something. You don't cheap out on skill position players when your quarterback is young. You surround him with talent. You overpay if you have, because every year you don't maximize that rookie contract window, you wasting time. You wasting opportunity. So Washington better be real careful here, because if they lose Terry, not only do they lose their top receiver, they risk slowing down the development of the one man who can change this franchise for the next decade. Now let's entertain the possibility. Let's say Washington say, you know what? We ain't paying him $30 million a year. We gon' trade him. Where does he go? Who picking up the phone? Buffalo Bills. They lost Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen need a true no. 1. Terry would slide right in. New England Patriots. They desperate for playmakers. Terry would instantly be their best offensive player since Randy Moss. Pittsburgh Steelers. They got a defense. They got a run game. Add Terry. Now they got a legit passing threat. Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young need weapons. Simple as that. Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams already got Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze. Add McLaurin. That's unfair. The market gonna be hot. Because teams know receivers like Terry don't grow on trees. They don't hit the trade block often. Now let's talk about the locker room. Because this ain't Madden. These real human beings in there. And when your captain, your all-pro receiver, gotta beg for his money, you know what other players start thinking. If they do that to Terry, what they gonna do to me? That's dangerous. That's how you lose a locker room. That's how you get veterans side-eye in the front office. And rookies wondering if they really want to spend their careers here. And let me tell you something else. You can't fool the players. They know who really valuable. They know Terry McLaurin, the heartbeat of that offense. If you don't take care of him, you sending the wrong message to everybody. If it was me, Skip, I'm not letting Terry McLaurin walk out that door. Not after the season Jaden Daniels just had. Not with this fan base finally believing again. I pay him. I give him his $28 a year. I guarantee a good chunk of it. And I say, Terry, you our guy. You gonna be here for the long haul. Let's go win something. Because guess what? $30 million for a receiver. Sounds like a lot now. But 2 years from now, it's gonna look like a bargain. That's just how this market moves. Pay now, save later. Terry McLaurin's trade requesting just about one man wanting his bag. It's about respect. It's about timing. It's about the message a franchise sends when they either take care of their stars or let them walk. Washington got something special brewing with Jaden Daniels. But if they want to maximize it, they can't let money get in the way of chemistry, leadership, and production. Because at the end of the day, this league don't care about excuses. Either you win, or you watch somebody else lift that Lombardi. And right now, the Commanders sitting on the edge of a decision that could define their next 5 years. So, Skip, the question is simple. Do you pay Terry McLaurin, or do you watch your franchise quarterback's biggest weapon line up in somebody else's uniform? That's the full breakdown, my brother.